Hey guys, welcome back to We Watch Movie. I am Mike. Hopefully everybody can see and hear me okay. If not, just let me know over there in the comments down below, wherever it is when we're live. The Scream 6 trailer came out today and it feels so good on, in, and around the hole. It feels good everywhere. I'm so excited. I love the trailer. I've now watched it 2 to 19 times. I've grabbed a bunch of screenshots, looked at it a little bit closer since the reaction came up like, I don't know, an hour ago. And I'm happy to say that I don't think this is a spoilery trailer. I don't think that it gives away a whole lot, and I've even slowed it down. There is one death given away in the Red Band trailer. Some dude in a tub covered in blood. I won't say who people think that looks like because I don't want to give away spoilers, obviously, but it looks sort of like somebody who's been cast, but then again, you can't tell for sure. But other than that, man, I don't see that much. Hey, Stephanie, what's going on? I thought you weren't watching the trailer. What the fuck you doing here, huh? Huh? No, it's so good to see you guys. Sam, Brandon, Francisco, Bite the Book, Stacey James, Jordan Cruz, Jordan Evans. See some familiar faces, some new faces, and hopefully by the end of the night, some naked faces. That means I want you to shave. I don't know where I was going with that. But, anyways, my point is this. I'm really happy to have all you guys in here right now. It's awesome. Middle of the afternoon on a Thursday. And as Dr. Tausch would say, and it feels good. It feels good. We're going to have some fun. It's Halloween. We're going to have a good time tonight. Courtney Reed, first super chat. Thanks, buddy. Said I DM you the hotel room for the drug purchase. Thank you. I'm not sure what that means, but I could use some drugs. Sure, who couldn't? And by that I mean NyQuil. I'm having trouble sleeping, Courtney, but I will check that out, my friend. What's up, Vanessa? Do you guys think Stu's back in this trailer? I actually think that this trailer, by the way, was negative for the whole Stu return. And just the aspect that Ghostface, it has that one line where he says, "You've never seen one quite like me," which again just goes to Kid Rock in my brain. You never seen a motherfucker quite like me, or whatever it is. But yeah, to me, I mean, why would Stu say that? He's literally been Ghostface before. But then again, it doesn't mean nothing, doesn't mean anything, because if the Stu theory is correct, that Stu is going to return in part 7 and be like, haha, surprise, Sydney, it was me. I've been running this whole shit from, from my parents' attic where they faked my death and have been hiding me all this time. Then obviously he's had a cult of Ghostface, cult of personality, Ghostface style, running this whole thing, and that would not be him. Maybe he hired, like, he was like, you know what's crazy is, like, we've never had a physical specimen Ghostface. We've never had a fucking Steven Seagal, Jean-Claude Van Damme Ghostface. So what if Stu was running this whole thing and he's like, you know what, I'm gonna get a big fit bitch. He was like, if Amber could do some of the shit I asked her to do, imagine what a gigantic, like, not like the Big Show from wrestling, like Hulk Hogan size guy, but imagine if they actually hired like a mean, badass, skilled killer who was like an ex fucking special forces vet or just like a kickboxing champion or some shit. I know it sounds dumb, but I mean, it could very easily be written not sounding that dumb. Like, you don't have to get fucking Goldberg to run around and spear people, right? But yeah, I mean, what if whoever's running this did actually hire like a really skilled violence person to do that? And that's why we see Ghostface dodge the shotgun really fast. That's why we see Ghostface jumping over couches like Tommy in Halloween Kills. Evil Dies Tonight. But no, I mean, he looks formidable. He looks stronger. He looks bigger. So that's an interesting aspect. What do you guys think about that? I'd be down for that. Whether the main and Jay's not here, guys. I messaged him. I have not heard back from Jay, but Jay's not that into Scream, so I mean, I didn't 100% expect him to. So, but yeah, dude, what do you guys think about that? Like a really skilled, like ex special forces or just combat able Ghostface. I think the Ghostface we've seen before. We've seen little Mama's boy Billy, as Randy would call him. We've seen Stu, not a formidable physical force. And I get that goes against Ghostface's MO, but the whole "you've never seen one quite like me" makes sense, right? You've seen Charlie, little Charlie. McCall, you're not even the main Culkin. And Jill, Roman is probably the most physical Ghostface we've had, aside from maybe Mickey. But even he was just like kind of an emo-ish dude. So we've never actually seen a formidable physical Ghostface. And however it comes up, if we get that in this, whether he's hired or he's a cult member for the Ghostface that's running shit, whether that be Stu or somebody else, then I think I'm 100% down for that. And what we'll see in this trailer is you'll see that he definitely looks way, way more physical. I want to get physical. Doshi Gaming, thanks, buddy. Says, what if the cult of Ghostface is similar to the Dark Knight with people trying to help Batman but not working for him? What's the difference between me and you? You're not wearing a sparkly robe. Yeah, I mean, who knows? The world is a fucked up place. And if people start to decide mob rules, if people start to decide in New York, if it starts going around social media that maybe Melissa Barrera's character Sam was one of the killers and she got away with it. I think I've heard someone say murmurings or something like that. Like, you know, and everybody thinks she's a killer, like some weird Casey Anthony shit. That's a terrible example because Casey Anthony definitely fucking did it. But like in a weird case where a bunch of true crime sleuths get together, find out, it becomes news that she's Billy Loomis's daughter. And everybody knows that comes out and it seems salacious to everybody else. And there starts all these rumor mills and internet sleuths. And there's this big rumor that's going out that Sam had something to do with it. And then maybe these justice for fucking whatever people go out and start putting on Ghostface masks and random psychos trying to kill her. That's a stretch probably, but hell shit, who knows? Who knows? Or maybe there's just a bunch of true crime fanatics who are just butt nut crazy and have been watching the Stab movies and found out what was going on. They're like, no, we're going to finish it. So, but thank you, Doshi. I appreciate that. Barb, I agree with you. Even if Stu's not in 6, I think he's coming to 7. I definitely do not think we see Stu in 6. I just want to say that right now. I know the whole idea, the initial pitch that I had was for Stu to show up in 6, but once Nev wasn't going to be in it, I think that was gone for sure. But 7 makes perfect sense. Ghostface comes around. He fucks up the cast. I mean, he takes out some people, put some people down, and then at the end there's a call or whatever, or Sydney shows up in 7 and then Stu shows up and that reveals, hey, all this has been me, the author of your pen, James. And that's the dream. That's what I hope for. That's what I'm looking for. But how close is this movie, by the way, guys? It is in fucking March. It's January right now. It's February next month, and then March. I mean, it's right there. This trailer came out super late. I can't believe we're so close to greatness. And how good did it look? Why? Thank you, buddy. Said, I'll watch the rewind after work, but I just want to drop some love. This movie is going to be epic. I can't wait. Have a great day, everyone. You have a great day, Wyatt. Wyatt's such a sweet son of a bitch. Thank you, buddy. Appreciate it. And I love you. Always have. Azteca, that's exactly correct. That's exactly what I say before I turn on the camera. I'm like, stab me, daddy. Ghostface. Get it. I think I told the story in the live stream before, but my wife and I were at a gay bar a couple weeks ago, and I was helping them fix their propane tank for their smoker outside. And one of the guys said that. He goes, yeah, fixed it, daddy. Never laughed so hard in my life. This shit was hilarious. David vs. Goliath says, I think it's Stu. He survived. He's the difference. I think so too, man. I do. I think the old man Ghostface mask. And I watched Scream 5 last night, and number one, it seemed a whole lot to me like in that opening scene, there was more than 3 Ghostface. I won't get all into it here because it takes a while to explain. But the only argument for that scene, when one Ghostface is filming Amber, who's the other Ghostface. One Ghostface is attacking Tara. So that's 3 right fucking there. And then you got to assume that Richie's out of town. It took them a while the next day when they got the call to drive into Woodsboro. So even if Richie was there, he would have had to drive there all in the middle of the night and then drive all the way back. That's possible. And then the other argument is, well, though that was a recording of her brushing her hair. But those recording, and I know that they were video clips that came in, but they came in so fast. Like the second she got the question wrong, they showed the knife and were like, "Oh, you're toast," or "You're toast, lady." And I know that's not what Ghostface says, but I mean, it was immediate. It's like, well, she has to die. They were very responsive. It's a stretch to me to think that wasn't a live call. So I think there's 3 to 4 Ghostfaces right there. There's a little bit of proof, but aside from that, in the movie, I've noticed before the scene where she gets the question wrong, right? And he's like, who's the killer in Stab? And she goes, oh, it's Billy Loomis. I know that one. I've seen that movie 20 goddamn times. like in the first one. But she's like, it was Billy Loomis. She's like, no, it was Billy and Stu Macher. Everybody reflects on that he was mentioned. But if you watch that movie closely, watch Scream 5 and pay attention. Every single time someone brings up Stab, nobody else mentions Stu. He's an afterthought, and it seems purposeful. They're like, on the way to Woodsboro with Jack Quaid, Melissa Barrera's character's like, well, that night that Billy Loomis killed all these people or whatever, Stu is almost noticeably absent from these people, as if the movie's trying to tell you he is forgotten. He's not giving any credit for what happened in the first Stab movie. Everybody's Billy Loomis, Billy Loomis, Billy Loomis. Add to that the fact that Billy fucked over Stu at the end of Scream by cutting me too deep, Billy. Stabbing him too deep, fucking him over. Then he gets all the credit for everything. Billy's dead. If Stu's still alive, then what purpose does he have to go after his daughter? Just that. He's dead. He can't pay him. He can't kill Billy Loomis. He's pissed off. He can't kill him. What's the next best thing? His daughter. You know? So, I mean, I think there's a perfect motive for that. 100%. I promise I won't go too crazy with the Stu stuff today, guys. We got the whole trailer to get through, but I mean, it's pertinent. Did I use that word right? Stacy James says, looks dope, but worried about the whole this is different because they said the same with 5, which I love, but still, let's get nasty in this. Gotten real nasty. I think that, you know, they did use that. They shouldn't have used it in 5, right? Because it's like, I don't know, this time it feels different. It was a great trailer line, you know? So I guess that's really the main thing. There was nothing really crazily different about the killers. I think that was probably part of the reason people who didn't like Scream 5 didn't like it, because it was like, oh, I expected some crazy fireworks, and this is just a well-made Scream film that we've seen before. But yeah, I think in this one, it definitely seems different because not just they're in the city, but also, again, look how fucking physical Ghostface looks here. And I'd be surprised if after, even if it's not Stu in Scream 5 doing the killings of Dewey and whatnot, I'd be real surprised if after the backlash from fans, which the directors have spoken about before, they've said, yeah, well, I know people are getting mad because Amber's small and Ghostface is bigger, but let's not look at the height. These are stunt actors. They've literally had to come out and say it. So they know there's been a backlash about it. So I highly doubt they're going to go get this big hulking Ghostface dude who's jumping over couches and who's tearing people apart and who just looks big and formidable. And the reveal is going to be some tiny person. You know what I'm saying? So I think this is different in that Ghostface, it seems more tactical, more skilled. That definitely feels different for me, for sure. And also because that whole shrine that we saw, that's something else to talk about. And we'll talk about when we get into the trailer, because we're going to go through it bit by bit. But the shrine that we saw with the mask missing, my question is that like a museum? Is it something that Gale may even own? I don't know. Like, did someone put that together as like a true crime thing? Or is this like the killer's lair that they found? I'm not sure why that exists or what it is. But it looks like it might be like an official thing that people can come look at. That or Ghostface has like Bruce Wayne money this time around. But I get totally what you're saying, Stacy. Desi J, good to see you. Says, think it could be Kirby as Ghostface. Victim turned killer would definitely be Ghostface. We've not seen before. She has both mentalities. She could get away easier. I think, Desi, you just was, guys, tell me in the chat, was there a moment in Scream 4 when she's talking to Charlie? Doesn't Hayden Panettiere say something along the lines of, yeah, but you've never met a girl like me before? Or he's like, most girls don't do this. And she's like, you've never met a girl like me. I mean, I could be stretching there. I have to go back and watch Scream 4 again. Perfect excuse to. But I'm pretty sure she said something like that, didn't she? That would probably not. That would be too on the nose, right? I don't know. One of you guys will know for sure. I think she does. I just can't remember for sure. But anyways, she does have both mentalities. I don't want Kirby to be the killer for sure. But like, it would make sense. You know, it would make sense. She shows up after all this time. Allegedly, people say that she works for the FBI. That's never been official in any sense of the word. So I don't know for sure. 500 people in here, by the way. Thank you guys so much for joining us today in the middle of the afternoon. But yeah, I think Kirby could be the killer. I don't see why not. I think that's totally a possibility, my friend. Thank you, Kimberly Mason. I like the way you spell your name. Evan Heathcock. I like those candy bars. The Heath. Not that. Just wanted to show some love. Love your guys' content, but I miss a lot of your live streams. So here's my first super chat. Keep up the awesome work. Thank you, my friend. I love your name. It's a beautiful name. Reminds me of candy bars and penises. Um, but I appreciate it, Evan. Thanks so much, man. And yeah, that's why it's fun to sometimes do these in the middle of the afternoon because we do them late at night. Everybody lives in different places, have different schedules. So it's really fun to do them. I'm always worried about doing the middle of the afternoon because I'm like, we're going to forget to pay a bill or something, and the internet or the power or something's going to go off, or the Amazon guy's going to show up and my dog's going to eat somebody live on camera. But it is fun to do. And I really appreciate it, man. Thank you. I'm glad you were able to catch this one. Ryan, you too, man. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. He says, I made this comment already, but Ghostface's response to Gail is quite literally a response to her criticizing the concept of Ghostface and him saying, not quite me, which to me implies more likely Stu than not. I'm going to run back through that again, Ryan. I'm going to make it in a quick replay. I made this comment already, but Ghostface's response to Gail is quite literally a response to her criticizing the concept of Ghostface and him saying, not quite me. As in, like, Billy was more Ghostface. I'm more, like Steven Seagal in Glimmer Man, where he's like, my friend here's a little bit country. I'm a little bit rock and roll. And then he pulls the knife out of his credit card and starts slitting throats. It's a crazy movie. You guys should watch The Glimmer Man. I think I see what you mean there. And I'm all hopeful for it, man. I hope so. When I heard that, I was like, that's a badass line. That also sounds like something that makes it clear it's not Stu. And again, we don't even know if that line's going to be in the trailer. When we get into the trailer, I'm going to show you guys a couple things that maybe if you haven't already seen. Do you remember that scene in Halloween Ends, the trailer, where Laurie's like, it's so awkward after she shoots the pumpkin, or right before he comes up the stairs, she's like, come on, let's go. You can tell it was not in the movie or it was taken from another scene, and it's still in like every trailer, like, come on, let's go. It's terrible. There's a couple of those in here. There's a couple lines that are spoken by people that you can tell are not in that scene or not in the movie that have been dubbed, and it screams. So they're meant to mislead you, right? So, but yeah, thank you, Ryan. Really appreciate that, man. That was sweet of you. Gary McDonald, thanks, buddy. Says, Mike, don't get to see you guys live stream because of the time difference here in Ireland, but the Scream trailer looks unreal. Hey, man, again, that's why it's cool to do these in the afternoon sometimes, so some of you guys can hang out. Really appreciate it, man. Dude, it does look unreal. I really thought the trailer was good, you guys. I liked it a whole lot. What else can you expect? I mean, they showed a lot without, I feel like, giving away anything pertinent. Second time I've used that word. Yeah. David vs. Goliath says, Stu reveal in 7. It's me, Sid. Doofy voice. It's me, Sid. Oh, Jesus. Sido plays the old man mask. The old mask can symbolize Stu's face after the TV. Totally. Totes my goats. Either that or he picked up he lifted the mask from the museum. That was the same mask he wore as a teenager. And another thing I want to throw out there about Stu, and I put this on Twitter the other day, a lot of people's argument for Stu is Stu would never be like a mastermind, a leader. Look at how goofy and dumb he was and what a follower he was. And to that, I just say, hey, he was in high school in Scream. Do you remember how you were in high school? I mean, maybe you're not an old ass man like me, but I remember who I was in high school, and I'm nothing like that guy anymore. I hope. I just spit out ice and then threw it across the room because it was too big to swallow. So anyways, like I said, I'm very mature now. And also, if my theory is correct, then Stu's parents faked his death because had they not, he'd have gone to jail for the rest of his life. And they enlisted the sheriff to help them because they have a shit ton of money. Then Stu's been hiding away with his parents in an attic somewhere all this time. What the fuck else is he going to do with his time other than plan this shit, And he's angry. It's so angry. Kimberly Mason, thank you so much, says Stu's revenge, Dewey, and Sam, Billy's daughter. Yeah. And again, he might have hired these kids and said, hey, you guys go kill everybody. I don't care. Get your rocks off. Kill your friends that you hate, because they stole your Pokemon cards when you were 4. I don't give a shit. But I want Dewey, which is why in the hallway scene in the hospital, he seems so tall and he's so formidable. That's just my opinion. And I know, again, that Amber said she killed him, but of course she said that. Gail was standing right there. She's not just going to give up her cult master in the moment. She was trying to push salt in Gail's wounds. Ethan, thanks, buddy. Appreciate that. He says, my only thing with Stu being alive, how has he stayed hidden all this time? I'm down for Stu being alive, but I don't want to know where he's been. Totally. I mean, and I get it. A lot of people are saying, oh, he's in prison. He's in prison. To me, prison can't be the answer because someone would have mentioned him over the course of 18,000 different people. Basically, a whole Miami Dolphins football team has tried to kill Sydney at this point. over the course of all this, somebody would have been like, well, Stu's still in prison, right? Okay, check. Like someone would have mentioned him in these movies at this point. So to me, he can't be in prison, but I think his parents have just been hiding him. They moved away. We made that clear. The house has been abandoned. They got on their scooter and hit town, and the movie even went out of their way to tell us that. So, it makes sense that they would, if they faked his death. And my idea is that when all the drunk kids drive to see Principal Himbry hanging from the goalpost and almost hit Dewey and Gale, they get in a car wreck, a fiery wreck, and there you go. You can just switch the records. You have a closed casket. Bing, bang, boom, dental records, wherever you want to do. A better writer than me can soften that out. Over 600 people in here, my friends. Thank you guys so much for joining us. Better writers than me can actually smooth that out and make that happen. And then to have Stu deliver that dialogue would be amazing, I think. But his parents have just been hiding him, because if it's known that he is there, then obviously he's going to jail for the rest of his fucking life. But I get exactly what you mean. Desi says, I'm on the Stu train with you. Toot, toot, let's go. I'm going to start saying that every time. Toot, toot, Stu's a fucking live. George Viveros, thank you, my friend, says the trailer was so fire emoji. Love how they have been making this ghost face so intimidating, almost like me stabbing my cousins in my pick. Oh, that's literally you committing a murder. Hope they go a different route and have one get away this time. Exactly my hopes and dreams, George Viveros. You got a sweet name. You sound like you should run like a cassette tape company or something. Viveros, the choice of a new generation. But totally agree. I mean, that's what I want to happen. I want there to be several Ghostface, one of them at least to be a formidable physical presence. And if there's not several Ghostface or at least copycat Ghostfaces going on, it seems strange to me that there'd be like graffiti. I don't imagine like Ghostface being the killer and being like, hang on, I'm going to run out in the street real quick and make me a fucking Banksy. That to me screams like the Riddler in the new Batman movie type of thing, or a group or a cult or something. And I would love it. You get the best of both worlds if you do it that way. If you have a killer reveal and you have Ghostface getting the shit murdered out of him, which who knows? I hope it's not that spoilerish, but this shot right here, well, I'm not sharing my screen yet, but Melissa Barrera holding the bloody Ghostface mask could be the end of the movie. That would be ballsy choice. But as long as we don't know until then, it's fine. But that could be a shot from the end of the movie. And imagine getting everything you want, getting a motive reveal, getting your badass Ghostface dialogue, all this shit like that. But then all of a sudden finding out, oh, wait, there was more? Or right before they die. It's like, I know you're about to shoot me in the head because, one last jump scare and all, but I just want to let you know my friend is outside right now. And then you see Ghostface run away. Not exactly like that, obviously, because that'd be stupid as shit. But to have a Ghostface actually get away in this one and then lead us into 7, and then knowing that Sydney may be coming back for that, oh, God, man, that's awesome. You get everything you want and then more. And it is a little bit different. And maybe that's what Ghostface means when he says that. Yeah, she's like 10 dudes have tried this by now. All right, I'm going to fucking kill you and I'm going to eat your butt. And he's like, yeah, but you've never met a Ghostface. You've never met one quite like me or whatever. Maybe he just means I want to get away. Like, I know that some of them have wanted to before, but they've never been very good at it. Maybe this guy's really fucking good at it and has like a really good plan. There has been several Ghostface reveals before where they're like, I want to get caught. The trial, like in 2 and stuff like that. But I don't know. But I love that idea, man. I totally want to see him get away as well. Gary, thanks, buddy. Says you should zoom in on things in the ghost cave. And maybe we can figure out where the items are from. We will. Oh, yes, we will. Michael Parton, good to see you, my friend. Says, I think Kirby could be Ghostface. She's strong enough. She's badass enough. She's got the willpower. I also agree with you that it could be her. I mean, anybody who I'm not going to say that. Philip Waits, thanks, buddy. Says maybe they are getting into supernatural territory. Have a real ghost killers. That would be fucking. Oh shit! Could you imagine? Could you imagine if Scream was like, it's actually the ghost of Billy and Stu come back to get their vengeance? Oh my God. People would shit. Maybe they go into like one of those weird New York City, like psychic readings or something. And someone does a seance and they're like, whoa. And then like fucking, you have like a Sam Raimi moment. And all of a sudden the ghosts are loose in the city. Holy shit. Oh, I hope not, Philip. I hope that never happens with Scream. And most things I'm down. Like The Strangers, the way it ended, I'm like, oh, Potato Sack Man is totally supernatural. Let's go. Fits perfect for that. But yeah, never with Scream. That would hurt my butt. Really appreciate that, Jonathan Menezes. And also, Mini Meyer Studios farted everyone. Just in case you were wondering, Noob Master out there slaying noobs in the streets, says the streets of video game land. I love how they have people dressed up as other horror icons in the movie. Yeah, that's really cool, man. And this one we saw some new ones. We saw Freddy. Did you guys see a sweater? It's like taped with duct tape. That's how they use the green and red. It's kind of impressive, actually. I would have never thought of that. But yeah, I love that. And I love that Samara Weaving's in there. And by the way, we do have a still of Samara Weaving. Finally, she's in this. We'll show it to you when we go through the trailer. Michael Parton says, what if Stu has a son and they both show up in 7? This is an idea that I think is possible, but don't love. Like, I think that, I don't know why my lips are so weirdly wet right now. It's weird. But I got to say that I don't love it. I don't love extended family members anymore. In real life and in the Scream universe, I just feel like it's too easy. I feel like whatever they do here, it's got to be mind-blowing a little bit, because the first one kind of brought everything back in that Force Awakens style. I think you really got to push the needle here. And from everything they've been saying, they're going to. But I feel like if it's just like, hey, I was Stu's cousin and he was a fucking riot, man, I'm going to kill all you guys. I get it. It would work, but it's like, it seems too Scooby-Doo, too obvious. I know Scream is kind of Scooby-Doo-ish, but you know what I mean. Austin Salem, thank you, my friend, says, hey, Mike, I'm absolutely looking forward to this film. It looks and feels fresh. Like my... Oh, no, that's not what he said. I just shout... No. The atmosphere feels thrilling in an absolutely new environment for Ghostface. I cannot wait for this film. Dude, well said. It's very refreshing on the whole. It's very clean. It all looks good, even for being in the city. It just... Not by clean, I just mean like... I don't know. It looks like New York. It looks like the city. I know it was filmed in Montreal, but sometimes they're like, yeah, we're in New York City. And it's just like a steamy garbage can next to a shitty bar. This looks legit, man. It really does what they've done with the city here. And we'll notice as we go through the trailer, the little corridors they're running through, the fire escapes. They really made New York City a character in this movie, which is dope as shit. Joseph, thank you, my friend. Appreciate it. Gary McDonald says, what if between Billy and Stu, was the main one of the two. Stu was the main one of the two of them behind Scream 1, and he survived, and it's been the one controlled the whole time. That's what I'm saying, man. Yeah, that's what I've been screaming, Gary, from the top of my lungs. I believe it. I believe. Ryan West, thank you, my friend, says the shrine actually adds credence to the Stu's parents faked his death theory. Totally agree. Yeah, I mean... And it also adds to the fact that maybe he has a cult, because if people have been collecting this accoutrement for all this time, who the hell knows, man? I think it could happen, guys. I really think it could. Is it likely? I don't know. I'd say the odds are probably like 40% that Stu comes back, but I think that's pretty fucking high compared to where we started with the TV on our heads dead on the floor. Gary, the sheriff, Stu's rich parents, Lance Henriksen, is part of the really old cult. God damn, Lance Henriksen's character in Scream 3 could have totally been a part of that cult. Totally. If you go back through the Scream movies too, and I guarantee you the writers did this when writing this movie, there's little characters and stuff here and there that you could pick out. If you wanted to do this crazy thing that tied in all the movies with the killers, you really could. You really, really could. And again, with what you're saying there, I do feel like the sheriff from the original Scream was a red herring so many times, with wearing the same boots as the killer had when they come down in the bathroom. Wes Craven used him as a red herring, and we never really heard much about his character or what happened to him or whatever. That guy, I could just totally picture him owing Stu's parents money, a gambling debt or something like that. A small town, and needing to help them with Stu getting away. Stacy says, I think it'd be dope if they think that they killed both Ghostfaces, but right before the movie ends, one of their phones rings, credits roll. Yeah, I mean, that could do it as well. And you also got to say, they've not said, right, that they're doing a 7th movie. They've not officially said that they're doing a 7th movie. And I'm sure that they want these movies to feel complete. So it's hard to say. I mean, and you don't know what the box office is going to be. If the box office is trash for this movie, and I don't think it will be, but if it were, we may never get a 3rd movie. especially when you consider Jenna Ortega and how popular she is right now after Wednesday, she's going to cost money to come back. If they want Sydney to come back, she's going to cost a lot to come back, clearly. And that was obviously an issue before, but it may be a post-credits thing. They may end this movie and just be like, that's what happened. And then maybe after the credits, you get a phone ringing or something, just to let you know, like Michael Myers breathing. And I hope it's not that, because again, I want to see a Ghostface get away. I want to see my whole idea come full circle. But who knows, man? It's hard to tell. We also got to remember they've not confirmed a 7, at least as far as I know. Kimmy Mason, thank you so much. Says, sorry for all the Stu stuff, but Matt did an interview. I'm sorry for all the Stu stuff. You guys bringing it up because you know I love it deep down. But Matt did an interview and said Stu lived and was supposed to return in Scream 3. What if his return date is later? Yeah, he was. Kevin Williamson wrote his script, him in Scream 3, and then turned it into the TV show the following, which makes it all the more sketchy that Kevin Williamson would come out and be like, he's dead. Like, you said he was alive, bro. Or you just ducked the question. Now, all of a sudden, right before this movie comes out, you strangely are like, hey, everyone. Hey, Stu's dead. Stu's dead. Just so you know. It's like John Lovitz in the Wedding Singers. Like, he's losing his mind and I'm reaping all the benefits. It just seems like that shit was on purpose to me. Faux show. God, people. Ooh, that was gross, Rod. Billy Walker, thanks, buddy. Says, in the shot where Sam and Tara are back to back, my brain is filling in the gap of seeing Tara turn slowly and stab her sis in the back. Billy! Oh, Billy. Seriously, there was a shot in this trailer that I'm going to show you guys that we're going to go through where they are standing back to back that totally, if not that, at least adds to there's at least 2 ghost faces because they're back to back and you see her. It looks like she may be looking at a ghost face. I don't remember if you see him or not, but the other one's looking this way. And it looks like they're cut off by ghost faces. So 2 ghost faces wouldn't be that big of a surprise, but it looks like the trailer may have given that away. Michael Parton says, what if Morgan Freeman shows up as Ghostface? I wish I could do a Morgan Freeman thing. Like, hello, it's me. I sound like fucking Forrest Gump. Hello, it's me, Sydney. Can I touch your booby? And then I went to Jai Courtney's Boomerang. I don't know. I can't do accents, Michael. But yeah, that would be funny as shit. It's been me the whole time. Desi J, the shrine lends itself to the cult theory. It do. People collecting, coming together. It's headquarters. I'd love for them to connect all the killers with the cult. Me too. That's what I want. Ghostface fucking cult, man. I love it. And then we find out Stu's the head of the cult. But either way, Ghostface cult sounds awesome. I love it. Valentino Tarian, thanks, buddy. Said, could I'm something different mean Ghostface finally survives a horror or survives a movie? That's what we're saying, man. I hope so. And again, he looks tactical. He looks formidable. Did you see him behind that shelf, like open the knives up like a fucking samurai or Jonathan Brandis from Sidekicks? That guy knows some Taekwondo or some shit. I mean, this guy's built to get away or to fuck some shit up. I think you're absolutely right, Valentino. I think that could be what it means. Joseph Arama, thanks, buddy. Says, hi, Mike. I almost watched all your videos. Dude, I love it. We can see your passion for horror movies. Thank you, man. Also, you look handsome and charismatic. Well, one of those things is half true. Big kiss from Luxembourg. Luxembourg. Lux. And you know what? I think the killer could also be Sam's mom or Sam's dad. I was watching Scream 5 last night, and thank you for the kind words, by the way, man. I really appreciate it. Sam's dad, like, what about her original dad? He's just walking home from work one day. Poor bastard. So many of us have been there. He's walking home from work one day. He's, wife makes lasagna tonight. And he walks in the room and Sam's holding a diary, screaming at his wife, going, that's not my dad. You fucked the serial killer and he's my dad. The kind of thing nobody wants to come home to. And then he leaves when Tara was 8 years old and Sam was 13. And I could be wrong here. But has they ever said 666 viewers? We're all doomed. Does that mean that he's been gone the whole time? Did they ever say he was dead or anything? I don't know, but he's out there too. Just like Neil, Sidney Prescott's often traveling father, the mom who's clearly a piece of shit and literally doesn't like Sam. Sam says it herself in 5 that mom's always blamed me for dad leaving. It was like, no, your wondering vagina is what made your dad leave. But anyways, I mean, Billy was handsome. What are you going to do? What are you going to do? Thank you so much, Joseph. Really appreciate that, man. Valentino also says, your thoughts on the two different masks? I think it lends more credence to the fact that there's a ghost face. Now, that could be anything. That could be like we saw Stu with the Iron Mask, the Chrome mask. It could be Stab commercials. It could be fucking anything. It could be a recreation on TV. The clean mask that we saw. This could all be one ghost face. Everyone's a suspect. We don't know. But I think, it's just more evidence that there's going to be multiple shits going on here for sure. New Master 5000 says, think about the Saw franchise. Amanda survived and was then mentored by John Kramer. What if since Kirby survived, she was mentored by Stu? I don't want to take credit for this because I saw it in somebody else's comment on the channel, but it was a really neat idea. Like, what if Kirby, what was it they said? What if Kirby was wooed by Stu online or something like that, because she survived, she was pissed, whatever. What if she met Stu somehow? And Kirby was a weird person. She was badass. She was a badass for sure, but she was a little off a little bit in like the coolest of ways. But what if her and Stu have been together this whole time and she's just out there doing his bidding as well? That's something that you got to think about. And I think it's kind of cool. I could see Kirby and Stu together. Sorry, Mr. Klitschko, but I could see those two together. Sup, Web? I like your smiling Michael face. Aaron says, what if Jill somehow survived? She wasn't shot in the head, and that would come full circle. There's two people who haven't been shot in the head. It's Stu and it's her. So I'm not a Jill person. Never been a fan of her plot because it was always her motive, because it was so like everybody's always Sydney. It was just too Marsha to me. I always thought that was kind of a weak sauce motive, but other people like it a lot, and I respect that for sure. Right, West says, do you think that this might be the first Scream to not be a whodunit? I definitely hope not. I still want the whodunit vibes, at least through 3/4 of the movie. Now, if they surprise us halfway to 3/4 into the movie and are like, reveal it then for a good reason, just to keep us on our toes, like killing fucking Dewey, wrong kid died, then I'm down with that. But I hope it's at least there for a part of the movie, because it's just such a fabric, a piece, an important piece of Scream. But Eddie Chase, and we're about to get into the trailer, my friend, says, great trailer, but thoughts. Number one, I really hope Quickie Mark was a red herring, fake Ghostface. Number two, wonder if Gale house scene before shrine scene. Well, she gets a call, right? So Gale gets a call for the first time in franchise history. Now, in the Scream 2 original script, it's a hair. I have a hairy dog. Where were we? In the Scream 2 original script, Gale does get a phone call from Ghostface. It was clipped out of the movie. But as far as the movies go, this is the first time Gale's gotten a call from Ghostface, which is interesting. So maybe that's the thing that drives her out, and then she goes to the wonderful, wicked House of Horrors because she sees Ghostface mask and realized that came from that museum, or maybe, I don't know. But yeah, I think that could come before it for sure. And on the other hand, the other part, what you said, here's the thing about the Quickie Mart guy. Does it have this kind of vibe of, like we said earlier, this cult, or like this Riddler guy, or someone who's not really Ghostface, or like the Dark Knight guys in the beginning of the Batman, copycats and whatnot? Sure, I think it has that vibe a little bit, but I don't think that anybody should be upset about Ghostface using the shotgun. And here's why. And I said this when this came out. I think that's fake at first, but when that still came out of Ghostface with the shotgun, I'm like, I'm cool with Ghostface using the shotgun in the scene. Right. But maybe he just like got it from the bodega owner or whatever. Maybe someone pulled it on him and he used it against them. As long as Ghostface isn't walking around carrying a shotgun, which I feel like would just ruin the aesthetic and Ghostface as we know him. Sure, it would make him more dangerous, but it would make him so much like other people too. Hey, 700 people in here, folks. Fuck yeah. Thank you guys. Thank you. But I don't want Ghostface walking around strapped, but Ghostface has used a gun in almost every single movie. It just so happens that they usually use the gun after they derobe and demask. You don't often see Ghostface with the mask on with a gun. In this case, though, it was just like I thought it may be. He got the gun from the bodega owner and then shot him in the face. So it's really no different from the shit that Ghostface usually does. So I don't think we have to worry about that being too weird. But I get where your head is for sure, my friend. Gary said, there's a third mask. If you look at the image of Ghostface in a back street, the mask is gloss white, and the one in the train is typical matte white. Also, something you got to realize with that, Gary, is it's very interesting to think, what if the scene where they've said multiple times in interviews, right, that this movie is going to feature those characters really dealing with the events of what happened to them in 5, the recent PTSD. They said that the only amount of time that's gone by is basically the same amount of time that's gone by in the real world, which is about a year or so. So one of the focuses of this movie is how all these characters being a little fucked up from what happened in the previous movie. Now, circling back around, the scene that they show us in the trailer of Mindy getting it in the train, and not what that sounds like, but when Ghostface pops up to her in the train, which is all of a sudden empty, and is going after her, I think that attack may be a nightmare sequence. It just has the feel and the vibe of a nightmare sequence. So that could be her dealing with the trauma of everything. Oh God, I did it. Where's Jamie Lee Curtis? I said trauma. I think that could just be her dealing with that, you know, but we shall see, my friend. We shall see. Valentino says, does the shotgun make Ghostface too dangerous? Again, I don't think he's carrying it around. I don't think he's walking around the streets of New York with it. I don't think he's going to use it anything other than that scene. So I don't think we have to worry about that. But otherwise, yeah, it could be a little too much for sure. Flash Flanagan, thank you so much. Really appreciate that. Says, I love how Ghostface has insane knife skills from what I've seen in the trailer. Also, no mention of Roman ever. He was my favorite. I hated Roman when he came out. That sounded very prejudiced of me. I hated Roman when he revealed himself as the killer in Scream 3. But at first, now I go back and it's one of the best motives. I get it. It's very intricate. It's very thought out. It's very well done. I just never loved Roman as a character. He just kind of bores me. He just looks like your sister's nerdy boyfriend who thinks he's special because he's an accountant. I don't know. Like, there's just something about that character that always bored me up until the reveal. And again, he was one of the most physical, formidable Ghostfaces there was. So I do like Roman now than I used to. I'm totally get why he's your favorite, man. No mention of him yet, but maybe I just have a feeling I don't know why. I've had this feeling in the back of my tchotchkes for a while. It seems like this movie is going to be connected to Scream 3 in a surprising way. I don't know why. It's just the tarot cards. I don't know, man. But it just, I get those vibes from it for sure. I just have this weird feeling it's going to be connected to Scream 3 somehow. Cotton fucking Weary? I don't know. Wrongly Accused, the musical? Hey. But thank you so much, man. I appreciate it. Zay's Podcast. Thank you very much. Appreciate that as well, my friend. Says, hey, Mike, do you think the large gaps between the films in the Scream franchise has become the main or one of the main reasons why it's been so consistent in quality as opposed to other franchises making too many too fast? I'd say yes, but you got to look at Scream 2. They had to rush the shit tits out of that one. I mean, it came out like a year after, right? So I think that, are you talking about like as far as the story goes maybe, and not the large gaps between films in the Scream franchise? No, I think you're talking about the films. Yeah, Scream 2 came out right after, and it was to many would say, the second best Scream movie overall. It's always a risk when they have to rush these things, but I feel like what took more of a hit, right? Like a movie like Halloween Kills, which got delayed by a year, and then they started picking at it and reshooting it and editing it and changing the whole story of ends and everything else. I think that could be even more dangerous than having a Russia movie for sure. But when you have the whole team in place, yeah, you already had Radio Silence. You already had the same writers. I'm sure that they've had conversations as they went through Scream, especially if my truth is revealed that Stu is the killer and revealed in part 7 exists. They've definitely had conversations, had an idea of where they wanted to go. They brought up New York pretty damn quick. So I think a lot of this has been brewing a lot longer than just from Scream 2022 to Scream 7. So I hope so, at least. But you're right, man. The Scream franchise, film by film quality, is way higher than a lot of franchises are. Same thing with Evil Dead, by the way. It doesn't get a lot of credit. They almost never miss with fucking Evil Dead. Okay, all right. Thank you guys so much for being here right now, by the way. This is so fun. I'm having a blast. When a trailer like this comes out and you're so excited and there's so much info, you just want to purge it from your soul. You just want to have fucking morphin time with your friends. And that's what I feel like we're doing. And I'm having a blast. So thank all of you guys for being here. This is great. Mark Down says, what if this is all some high tension stuff? Great fucking movie. Amazing movie. And by the end of Scream 7, the twist, Sam was the killer all along. If you wanted to go full on crazy high tension type twist shit, the whole thing was in her head. She's in a mental hospital because she has Billy's sickness. I don't know. Probably not. There's my dog. Um, but I think Sam could be the killer. I do. I think Sam could be the killer. Absolutely. If you look at the way she tore Richie's ass off at the end of Scream 2022, and she's on top of him and weirdly attractive the way that, yeah, she was just killing the shit out of him. I know I'm weird, I guess, but that said something to me. And I think that at least is going to come into play for sure, right? I mean, I think at least people are always going to question her because she's Billy Loomis's fucking daughter. And she's already taken antipsychotics and she's already seen shit, and now she's murdered somebody. She's got a taste for it. It's like what Will Ferrell says to Mark Wahlberg and the other guys. Now we have a taste for lying and we're coming for you. Yeah, man. I believe it. I believe. Dalton, okay. Thank you, my friend. I'm glad he brought this up. He says, thoughts on Kirby's wig. Also, super fan of yours, Mike. Keep up the great work, King. Thank you, my friend. Really appreciate that. Dude, I don't understand. I don't get it. Maybe it's just because I don't pay attention to those things. I don't know. That's not true because I'm a hair guy. I love hair in a woman. It's one of my favorite things about women is their hair. So I thought it looks great. I know people like throwing shit at their computers right now because it's been such a topic for people for some reason. Everybody says it looks terrible. I think her hair looks awesome, man. I wouldn't have known it was a fucking wig. That's just me. I think she looks great. That's just the truth. I'm not even trying to be nice. Peter Meekin, thanks, buddy. Says, Mike, blown away by the trailer. Think the Murders Collection gives it that extra edge with having the past murder weapons and Billy's T-shirt he died in. That's also there in the shrine room, by the way, in the Bat Cave, the Ghostface Cave. Ghost Cave. And Billy's T-shirt he died on. Do you think Gale will die in this one? Love you too, buddy. I do not think Gale will die in this one because you just killed Dewey. It seems a little too on the nose to kill Gale now. Should have killed Gale in 5. Dewey should have survived. He's had the most growth of any of the characters. He deserved a happy ending more than anybody else. He has been stabbed for everyone. He's given his life for everybody. He gave up his marriage for Woodsboro, and then you gutted him like a fucking fish. Who said that line again? Oh, yeah, it was Stu. No, it was the other line. Besides, it takes a man to do something like that. When he said, I'm going to slice you from sternum to asshole or whatever it was. I forgot the exact line, which is embarrassing. Yeah, Stu said that, and it ties away one more thing that just ties into it. Sorry, I'm the one that brought up Stu that time. My bad. Thank you so much, man. I appreciate that. Jigs reminds me of Jugs, and I love him. It would be cool if the mask Sam is looking at is Billy's mask and is a gift from Stu. Oh man, she did look. You got a point there because the way that she was looking at that mask, she had it all wrapped in her jacket. And she's like staring at it, loving it, touching it. There was a connection there for sure. Maybe she kills a ghost face and it's like, you know what, fuck it, this feels too goddamn good. I gotta put this thing on and roll. Maybe that's what happens. I don't know, but you're right. That could be it too. So, all right. Valentino says your thoughts on several ghost faces, 5 or 6. There is a line, right? You don't want to cross. I'd love a cult of Ghostface, maybe like 8 tops, but it could be too much, right? You got to really walk that. You can't have like an Agent Smith thing where there's like 3,000 ghost faces running through the streets. Yeah. Neil, me too, man. 6 to the moon. So hard right now for this movie. All right. You guys want to get into it? I feel like we're at a party. I'm like, all right, who wants cake and ice cream? First, we've got to open presents. Let's go. Let's fucking go. Let's take a look at this thing together. Is my desk squeaky to you guys? Because all I can hear is it fucking squeaking. Stop it. I got to tighten this thing up. Alrighty, Rue. Let's take a look at this thing together, my friends. I'm going to do a test. Entire screen. This one here. Share audio. Yes. Here we go. This is my editing software so that we can pause and go through it as we go. Hopefully you guys can see it all right. Make it as big as I can. That's what she said. He said. We try, ladies. We really do. Okay. This is the original trailer. There is a Red Band trailer out, and that's the one I actually did my reaction video to. The only 2 differences that I can tell from this one and the Red Band trailers, in the Red Band trailer, and I said this earlier, the Gale line's way more badass because she's like, that's why I'm going to shoot you in the fucking head, bitch. She didn't add the bitch in there. It's some Skittles. But And there's a dude that's dead in a bathtub, which, if it's spoilery, I don't really want to get into it anyway. So this is just the regular trailer. All right, let's go. I feel all warm like it's Christmas time. First, let me make sure you guys can hear it okay and the sound's all right.
And it's gonna keep coming for us.
You guys hear that okay? How's the sound going? How's the sound feeling, Steven? Let me know. Ah! Get it up! All right. I almost just showed my whole stomach there. You guys can't see, but the shirt only goes up. It's a crop top. I've just got my beer belly just fucking hanging out right now. All right.
Please help us.
You got a problem here, guy?
This dude is every public freakout guy ever. He's just ready to get in a fight. The girls run in and he's like, hey, girls, there's a fucking line here, all right? This is about America. And then he comes in and he immediately turns and he's like, we got a problem here, guy? It's like, do you refer to everybody by their gender, bro? It's 2022 with your fucking Megadeth beard. Shut up. Actually, he's a good dude in the end because he's trying to defend these ladies here in his Oshkosh Bagosh hoodie. That one right here. Not here or here, but right here. I like that they look shocked, like they don't know what Ghostface is about. And that lady back there is like, I'm just trying to get a fucking Gatorade. I'm hungover as shit. I'm not in the mood for this shit today. So, okay, I saw that one of the only things I've seen people bitch about here is how quickly he moves when the dude pulls the trigger at him. Now, I think this is just the trailer effect. I don't think he's going to fucking dip out like that and like just disappear and transport like that or teleport like Jason and Takes Manhattan. But it does watch how quick he's gone here. As soon as the gun goes, he's just, it's just like Corey does when old dude shoots him and instead hits awesome hard target watching Ronald. Watch how fast. I mean, it's instant. And I think he hit the tortillas and maybe the pork rinds, but I think the Doritos and the Flamin' Hots are safe to the right, which is good. Those are the best. That is a badass shot, by the way. I love that shot. This guy why is he dressed like Corey from Halloween Ends, by the way? But that shot right there is really badass. And I'm going to mention Steven Seagal a lot while we're doing this because this scene reminds me of that scene in the beginning of Hard to Kill when he's like, I'm trying to watch the Oscars. And then those guys rob the store and he kills everybody. But this is very Steven Seagal-ish right here. Just something about it's badass. I guess the dude on the floor is dude that just got stabbed in the rib cage. And right here, when you see that, you're like, oh, that is your fucking, that's your rent due. That's your rent fucking due right there. And you just spent way too much on Pokemon cards and what are those things called? Pop toys? Maybe poppers, if you're into that. I don't know. What the fuck are those little big-headed bastards called? Shit. Anyways, sorry. He gets stabbed right in the Sam is still shocked. She's like, I can't believe inflation. These prices are insane. And then dude, like, how badass was that? Fucking grabs the shotgun, stabs the dude, bangs the dude with the shotgun. This isn't tripping over myself fighting a 13-year-old girl in the kitchen Ghostface, all right? This guy knows what's up. And then just point blank, Funko Pops. Thank you. Thank you, guys. Yes, poppers. I just learned what poppers were like 2 weeks ago, and it just blows my mind. Definitely, I haven't tried them. I don't want my holes to be loose, for sure. But yeah. Anyways, that was off topic. Yeah, blood everywhere, shoots him right in the face. Mean Ghostface. It's a mean Ghostface. It's a fucking formidable Ghostface. It's a Ghostface that can fight. Let's go. Very diehard. You didn't say God bless you when I sneezed.
I had this secret. There's a darkness inside of me.
Well, you're young. It'll happen. No, so she is clearly here in therapy, I believe. I guess she's in therapy, talking about the darkness that's inside of her. And I don't think she's talking about the Taco Bell she had last night with her girls after they went out. But it'll come out eventually. Don't worry. But no, it seems like she's in therapy here. One thing I do want to point out, I heard a rumor that this movie all takes place on one night. And if you go through this, Sam here is in there's at least 3 different costume changes, wardrobe changes. So I don't think that that's true unless it's something I don't understand. There's at least 3 different sequences in just the trailer where she's wearing different clothes, this being one of them. So I don't think that it all takes place in one night, at least not the entire film doesn't, unless she just changes a lot.
Of me.
Look, this scene just trips me the fuck out. Like, she's covered in blood. That's her jacket. She's got the mask wrapped up in it. Now, the blood is all over her hands. So, I mean, she just killed someone wearing a ghost face mask. Or she just tried to help someone who's been stabbed by Ghostface and he left his mask behind. I love black fingernail polish.
It followed me here.
So she says, this darkness is a piece of me. It followed me here. It looks like she has a bandage on her arm. She's got blood all over her shirt. She is sweaty. And much like myself, she looks better sweaty. And, you know, I just think that scene's huge. Whatever that scene is, whether it's the beginning of the film or at the end of it, that scene right there has got to be huge. And it's outside in pure daylight. So is this us walking out of the building after the infight with Ghostface at the end and thinking to herself, is that the cliffhanger? It gets even more like, oh, maybe I did like this shit. I'm all fucking revved up like goddamn Macho Man Randy Savage right now. I got you for 3 minutes. But I don't know. But it's dark as fuck, man. It's dark, it's weird, and it's going to be important as shit. You're right. Brian has a great point, by the way. It could be a dream sequence. You always got to remember that with this stuff. It could be a dream sequence. And any of this could be marketing shots too. We never know. I like it. Gets the people going. Let's check out what you guys are saying real quick. The breathing thing is different. Stu would breathe like that after the TV. It's hard to tell, man. Like he does kind of sound like Michael Myers a little bit in the trailer, but he was busy. He had a lot of shit going on. He was doing some things. Gary says, I love long hair on women. I hate short hair. I prefer Kirby with long hair. I'm not a fan of Mindy's new cut. She looked better in the last movie, talking about Ortega being hot. Mindy was a close second. You know, I'm a Liv guy. I like Liv a lot too. Live her alone. What if she's Stu's daughter? Just kidding. Am I? I don't know. But yeah, I'm a long hair guy too myself, but that doesn't mean that I haven't seen some beautiful women with short hair, my friend. Eddie Chase says one killer might be a cop because of access to the shrine stuff. Dermot Mulroney, handsome motherfucker, maybe Ghostface. Need some investors, maybe you. Good point, Eddie. Zach Perez says, I think Jenna Ortega has become so popular killer in this one because she's like this generation's Sarah Michelle Gellar, and she died in Scream 2. Yeah, except for Sarah Michelle Gellar in Scream 2 wasn't a part of Scream 1. Like in this version, Tara is a really important piece. I do think, though, that Melissa Barrera, as we'll see in this, is going to fucking have a huge, meaty part in this. I think that she got kind of dicked over a little bit with the reaction to Scream because Jenna Ortega was so good. And I think people expected the movie to be solely about her, and she was dubbed this new Sydney and all that. I think she got an unfair shake. I think she was great in Scream. I just think there was a lot going on in that movie. And you had Sydney coming back and she's finding her footing. I think Scream 7 is going to be the movie where you see Melissa Barrera really take the forefront of this movie, even more than Jenna Ortega's character. I think whatever happens, Melissa Barrera is going to shine in this movie and she's going to go all out. And I can't wait for her. I'm excited for her. I think she's going to be great. Jordan said the ending sounded like who knows? The rights are out there for everyone. It's a free-for-all. All right, let's get back into the trailer. Baby, here I am. All right. Dudes, I don't know who that is, by the way.
And it's gonna keep coming for me.
And I'll be honest with you, I don't pay much attention to the new oncoming cast members. I don't know who they are yet. So whenever people are like, this person's been cast and there's like all this stuff about it, I'm like, I can't get excited yet because I'm sure they'll be great, but I don't know who they are yet. So this is a new cast member. Obviously, she's wearing some lovely lingerie, and obviously Ghostface is at her fucking house, it looks like. So I don't know who she is. Haven't kept up with that stuff. Look forward to being surprised in the movie. This is where Ghostface appears at. Oh, another new character. I guess this is Minnie's girlfriend, possibly. Could be. That's what it seems like. That's definitely what it seems like. I'm going to do something kind of fun. While we're talking about this, I'm going to go and I'm going to put up a poll for you guys because I saw someone mention something and it excites me. I got to know. I need to know. I've got to have it, Steven. Bear with me 1 second. I'm putting up a poll for you guys because I have questions. I saw someone say protect Chad at all costs, and I want to ask you of the new people, newer cast members, who, in your opinion, cannot be killed? Is it going to be Chad? Is it going to be Mindy? Is it going to be Sarah? Is it going to be Sam? Of those four, in your opinion, who is unkillable? Who should they not fuck with and take out? Because I feel like a lot of these new cast members, if we're going to do what I'm thinking may happen and revert everything back around to the original, it all goes back to the original. I think a lot of these people are going to die in this movie. So, in your opinion, in that poll, who do you think cannot die? But yeah, here's Mindy, and another new character. I'm not sure who it is, but I love the brazenness. This could be camera tricks right here, but I love the brazenness of Ghostface just walking straight up to the fucking door. Which, does that not look like your grandma's door when you go over her house on Thanksgiving and everything smells kind of weird and old and dusty, or like mothbally, or like canned gravy? I don't know, but you go over their house for Thanksgiving. I don't know why. Maybe it's just me, but that like frosted back door just looks like your grandma's house's door. I don't know why. But damn it, Mike. If that's a scene where he's actually knocking and they're standing right there in the living room and Ghostface just walks up, again, broad daylight. Someone, who was it that died in broad fucking daylight? Judy dies in broad daylight. Again, Ghostface in broad daylight. How beautiful is that shot, though? God, that's sexy. I mean, I want to put 2, maybe 3 fingers in it. It is glorious. And that shot gets me jacked up, man. I love it. I absolutely fucking love it.
We share a certain history.
So there was Kirby. Nice to see her in the leather jacket that we saw in the corner of the bus scene. They didn't show her in the original trailer, right? You only see her shoulder. You see that not shown. Also, in the still of Gale in that cage going into the shrine room, you also only see her shoulder. Now it turns out that Sam and Tara were also in there with her as well. But I just want to point it out. I mean, they're weird with their marketing. Who knows if there's a reason for that? But they've purposely kept Kirby just barely in a lot of shots here. And this is her one line she gets in here, and it's a good one.
Certain history.
Holy shit, it's Ghostface! I don't know what's going on, but listen to the scream here when Ghostface when Ghostface pops up. Listen to the scream. It'll make you laugh because it sounds like Chucky screaming. Like if you imagine that's Ghostface screaming ah! in the mask. Listen, it just makes me laugh. That was way too sachet and 2 and 4. Just the way he goes down with the knife. Watch. It's like me putting butter on my toast in the morning.
This isn't like any.
What's your favorite scary movie? Ghostface, wall art? I don't know. It seems too. I don't hate it. I just something about it seems too. They were gonna, in the script for Halloween Ends, by the way, kids were doing this in Haddonfield. They were putting up, Michael They were tagging Michael shit or Michael still lives or whatever on the walls. And this is in the novelization, not in the script. But yeah, I don't know. Just some weird bang. It's really well done graffiti. This was done by an artist. Ghostface did not do this to fuck with someone, So I don't know if I love it. But I think this is letting you know that whatever's going on with the bodegas being robbed, possible cult of Ghostface, I think this is yet another hint for sure. But then again, Stab's popular too. Stab's popular, so I don't know. All right, there we go.
Any other Ghostface? What is this place?
Dermot Mulroney. Damn, he's handsome. He plays the detective in this. Look, dudes. It's Dewey's outfit with the blood on it, or at least one of the people's outfit. Let's go back here a little bit. Slow her down. See if we see anything. Just a bunch of old shit. So this leads credence to maybe Gail is running this museum or this curated whatever. She wrote the book about it. She's always been into that stuff. In the original script for Scream 3, she was the director of Stab 2. So she's always had a closer tie to this stuff. Now, in the previous spot of her walking up the steps, she's the one leading the way with the flashlight, with the ID card or whatever, getting out of the gate. If you watch, when she walks in these doors, she goes over and flips the light on. So Gail knows her way around this place. It could be Gail that owns this shrine in some way or fashion.
What is this place?
Is that? You guys tell me. What is that? What is that? What is that white outfit there? I feel like I should know, and I feel bad for not knowing, but I can't tell. That's not Casey Becker's sweater.
A shrine.
You said it, Gail, not me. All right, let's do some zooming. You guys want to do some zooming? Yay! Let's see. We're going to take a nice big zoom ski here and take a look around. Together. All right. Super zooms. This all reminds me of BVS when you see like the Joker shit in there and whatever. All right, this is super blurry because we're super zoomed in, but bear with me. That looks like the mask right there from Scream 2. Sydney's play that was going on, if I had to guess. Oh, that big thing there, that big wheel there is the thing I think that Derek was hanging on in Scream 2. The thing that they put him up on when he gave her his yeah. So that's Sydney's mask from the play, like you said, Justin. There's the thing that he was hanging on. That is a picture of Kirby right there, I would guess, with the short hair. To the right, there's obviously Ghostface in there. That's what that seems like to me. And that's pretty cool. That looks like dude who got shot in the dicks outfit. The one who cheated on Jill. There's a stab. Clappy clap. Over there. And you see all the Ghostface robes. And they all, by the way, have their masks taken off. So you'd have Billy, Stu, you'd have Roman, you'd have Jill, you'd have Charlie, and you'd have Amber, or there's one missing here. There's a whole robe missing, right? Because you're missing Richie. Oh no, shit. I'm a fucking dummy. There's 3 more. Wait, why is there 3 more? Who am I missing? Carry the 2. Who am I missing? That's weird. Oh, maybe Jill was the one wearing a flannel. I don't know. I thought that was dude who got shot in the dick. So maybe that is Jill. It does look more fitted. Some pantsuit action going on over here. There's Stu's robe right there. There's Stu's robe, which is fucking awesome. God, I want to own that. Who wants to own Stu's robe with me? Let's go in together. Let's throw into the pot and buy Stu's fucking robe because I'll wear it and then I'll ship it to every one of your houses. We could just take turns wearing it. There's Billy's bloody shirt. There's Debbie Salt's fucking outfit, I think there got going on. This is a real like Scrivia Dream test. I'm nervous. I'm gonna fuck it up. I know it. Way too many Ghostface robes. There's their outfits. There's Tatum. Got Tatum over here. Got a little case full of shit. Can't really tell what's in it. God, I just want to walk through that room and touch shit. I don't. Oh, there's the. Oh, but poor Steve's. I'm afraid he's out. That's his jacket, probably covered in intestines blood. Ew. There's the flag, the Woodsboro flag. I think that we saw flying in 5. Ooh, there's Ghostface mask. There's the stab, green knife. There's the outfit, the wardrobe from Stab in the beginning of Scream 2. I'll tell you guys what, if I didn't know any better, if I were still thinking that they were going to new Nightmare this sumbitch and make the Scream movies real life and have the actors play themselves in the movie, which I don't still think they're going to do that. But if they were going to do that, this would be huge evidence to them doing that. Because this looks like they got it literally from the set of Scream, which I know that's the idea with Stab, but still. If they were that accurate, they wouldn't have had fucking Tori Spelling. You know what I'm saying? There's some graffiti back there. I think that's about it. That's about it. Sorry if this is making anybody dizzy. I'm almost done. That was fun. Oh, there's the TV. There's the TV that fell on Stu, who's still fucking alive. It's crazy. The TV survived. Why can't Stu? Right? Fucking right. All right, let me pause and go see what you guys are saying. It's hard to read what you guys are saying while I'm going through there. So almost 800 people in here. Thank you all for being here and sharing this time with me. I'm having a goddamn blast. I hope you're having fun too. Andrew Keith said, how's the no cigarettes going for you, Mike? I'm glad you're quitting. My friend, it's going well. It's going very well. What is it, like 3 weeks now? 3 weeks now? I'm good. I'm good to go. I still want them all the fucking time. Don't feel any better. I feel a little bit better. I wasn't a heavy smoker, though. I only smoked when I drank. So only 79% of the time. Just kidding. But thanks, man. Yeah. It feels good. It feels good to be done with it. I appreciate that, Andrew. Ed Boy Movies says, what if Sam uses a mask to go undercover and pick off potential multiple Ghostface members if it's indeed a cult? Carry the 2. She does like to kill. I mean, she does like to kill. I think eventually she had the mask in her hands there. Maybe she's like, oh shit, that's how I'm going to infiltrate them. And then you got Ghostfaces murdering Ghostfaces. Oh shit, what if, my friend Ed Boy, what if that's what happens and she puts on the mask, infiltrates the Ghostface cult, kills a bunch of Ghostfaces, and everybody's like, yay, it's over. We stopped the Ghostface cult. And then Sam's gone. And then you go, oh, fuck, she got a taste for it. Now she's going to go out there and do some stabby stabs. That could be the twist at the end. Who knows? She is a good guy, but she's also a bad guy. I'm so confused. I don't like men, but I'd probably bang Ryan Reynolds. What's happening to me? Zach Perez says there's going to be a new big 3, Sam, Chad, Mindy. Going forward, you know what makes me sad, Zach? What makes me really sad is I think in my head, nothing's ever enough. So in my head, I'm always like, 1 Scream movie. Give us 12. Give us 9 more Scream movies, you know? But from everything that I've read, everything I think, I have a feeling that they're not going to go past the trilogy with this. And we're lucky as shit to get that. But I have a feeling Scream 7 is going to be the last one by this crew. And it's going to be the last one that's not a remake. I feel like it's going to be the last one. But I could be wrong, and I hope I'm wrong. But I get those vibes. Like, they're only going 7. At least Radio Silence is only going 7. Maybe someone can take it and take the new cast and push them forward. Who knows? That could happen. But I get a weird feeling it's only going 7 movies. And they haven't even promised a 7. So as far as them being the big 3, sure. But they'll never have the time and the movies and the years to really create what, Dewey and God damn, Dewey should still be alive. And Gail and Sydney did. I'm not saying they're not good enough to. I'm just saying where they fall into the franchise and how many movies they're going to be in and stuff. So I think everybody's a suspect as far as everyone could possibly die here. Eduardo Santiago, good to see you, my friend. Mike, in the afternoon delight. Everybody do it with me. Sky rockets in flight. Boo! Afternoon delight. Afternoon delight. That was wonderful. Thank you for joining me in that. Jake Blair says, I just saw a Scream 6 promo shot where Kirby has a police badge on her belt, so maybe she's Dermot Mulroney's partner. There was a rumor, Jake, that came out that it was a leak more than anything else. One of those things that you wish you could experience in the theater, but one of these scoopers gotta spread their shit. I heard that Kirby is an FBI agent. Just heard that. Don't know. That's what's been floating around for a while. So that could be what's going on there. Maybe you're right. Maybe she's his partner. I don't know. It makes sense she'd be in New York. But if she's in New York, why did Ghostface go to New York? Well, the kids went to New York on their own because they went to college. So that makes no fucking sense. Anyway, I'm an idiot. Desi J says maybe the mask shot is the last shot. She steals the mask. Perhaps the shrine is hers. Maybe she's been taken over by the cult. Stu is persuasive. Stu is persuasive. That's one thing you got to say. Hey, we reached 800, my friends. Thank you guys so fucking much for being here with me. I really appreciate it. But yeah, dude, Stu is really persuasive talking about that. Like, as much as people say he could never mastermind a cult, and again, I say he was in high school then, he's a completely different person now, and he's had nothing but time. But he's very persuasive. I could see him leading people, you know. I mean, I could see him being that way. He knows what it's like. He knows how he got into that boat with Billy. So, Boat with Billy sounds like a terrible show. But yeah, I think that mask shot that we see of her holding the mask could be the last shot of the movie. Could it looks like it has the vibe of a last shot in a movie for sure. Austin said, Ghostface in New York. Anyone else want the Punisher to show up? Dude, we just need a good Punisher New York City movie anyway, right? Fucking Disney, pieces of shit, ruining everything that we love about the world. That's going to be my fucking Ghostface story. Disney canceling cool shit. Gary says, oh, I already read that. So we are caught up with that stuff. Let me scoot back down here. Hop on our scooter. Our pooter scooter. What the fuck? Zay's podcast says, how much you want to bet Ghostface from this movie is hiding as one of those mannequins in the shrine? Ooh, I would say yes, my friend, except for I can see their faces pretty clearly. And also because they did that already in Scream 3 when he was in the when Jenny McCarthy's character's going through the robes or whatever. But yeah, I get where your head's at. It reminds me of Batman Begins too. And you're like, death does not wait. But another question here, why is that one the only one in the case here? That's the only one in a special case. Another thing that Stu could be pissed about, he's like, why the fuck are you protecting his against the elements but not mine? Just another thing to piss Stu off. Okay, let's see here. All right. Let's go.
We've got to lure him in.
Oh, that was the one right there. Pay very close attention to the audio right here. This is purposefully misleading. It goes, we gotta lure him in. It sounds like a robot. We gotta lure him in. Pay attention.
Gotta lure him in. We execute. We've got to lure him in.
That's three different people's voices.
We've got to lure him in. We execute. We've got to lure him in.
Doesn't that sound like a robot? When you're trying to watch porn and it comes up, it's like, I'll bet you come in 5 seconds playing this game. I wouldn't know. I don't watch porn. But that's what it sounds like, you know? You guys notice that too, right? I'm not crazy. It sounds just like in the Halloween Ends trailer when you got Laurie going, come on, let's go. Like you knew it wasn't in the trailer. It's so clearly overdubbed. I wonder why, though. Let's watch it one last time just for posterity.
Lure him in.
Oh,
we
shit.
Execute him. We've got to lure him in.
That mask was still covered in blood. Or corn syrup.
We execute him.
Okay, so she's on the phone with somebody on speakerphone. She has a lovely hairstyle with a little braids thing going around there. Who the fuck is that guy? I don't know. But he looks like he works at a museum. So that could be it. Or they could be at a car lot there. I can't tell for sure. But you got this handsome feller who's a newcomer as well. Who are they talking to on the phone? Is that Gail? Is that them getting Gail to come? What's she talking about? We got to lure him in. Why would they be luring Ghostface in? I don't know, but it feels like it means something. It's got to tie into the plot somehow. Why the fuck would you want to lure Ghostface in? Because he's out there just killing randoms and you're trying to stop him because only you know the rules? I don't know. I can't figure it out. Ooh. Answer a fuck question for me.
We've got to lure him in. We execute him.
Oh, and then she says we execute him. Like, what happens when we get him? We kill him. Why don't you just call the cops, Jenna? But the fact that Gail would answer the fact that Gail would have a landline is crazy to me. And that's not a complaint. It's just funny. But that she would answer a call that says unknown caller, number 2. Number 3, who the fuck is in the picture with Gale. That picture was in Dewey's apartment. It's not Dewey. Is it their son? If they have a son, that feels important. Considering we're talking about a franchise where people's relatives show up all the time trying to kill people. Who the fuck is that? It looks like the main character from Entourage. The handsome one? Kyle, you made me fucking laugh, dude. Nudie magazine day. Nudie magazine day. Oh shit, that was good. Rick says it is Dewey. That's the only thing that could make sense to me, Rick. But that doesn't look like David Arquette at all. I'm covering my screen like it's covering it for you. I'm going to zoom in. No, I'm not. We're just going to have to live with it. Desi says that's totally a picture of David Arquette. The image that came up when Dewey died. Yeah, I guess it's got to be Dewey, right? It just does not at all look like him, which is just a mind blower for me. If it wasn't Dewey, it would be everybody would be talking about it. But I don't, you know what? Let's fucking zoom in on it. We're going to do it. It's just what we're going to do. JG Whitworth, 87 Kevin. 87 Kevin. Cash now. That does not look like Dewey. I believe you. I just don't see it, my friends. I don't see it at all. I got to be wrong because everybody would be shitting bricks, right? That picture would mean something huge if it wasn't Dewey. Stacey says that's fucking Joey, man. Oh, intense. Oh, jeez. Yeah, dude, it looks like Adrian Grenier, Elizabeth. Exactly. That's what I'm saying. It's crazy. It's fucking crazy. All right, here we go. 877 cash now.
Hello.
Let's play a game.
You know you're like the 10th guy to try this, right? It never works out for the dipshit in the mask.
Okay. You see the guy walking up in the corner. I love how, again, this is very tactical. I think this Ghostface is physically formidable. I think he's more tactical. He's had some training. All right. He trained with Mel Gibson in the black special forces, Black Ops. I think I got him confused. But anyways, trained with Mel Gibson, Lethal Weapon. The way he just comes up and grabs this dude looks like he's wearing pajama pants to me. I don't know. All I know is that if Gale's already moved the fuck on from Dewey, then I'm rooting for Ghostface. All right. After what Dewey went through, if that man is living in your apartment and you're doing this to little dewdrops after he got gutted on the floor, I'm going to be very upset with you, Gale. I don't care how long ago it was or that Dewey left her. He's just been dead a fucking year. All right. She better not be banging that dude. I'm kidding, but I hope Gale's not. You know, it's like you want to think that like when you pass away, like your loved one will just pine over you for the rest of their lives because you're selfish, like me. Yeah, I'm gonna be pissed. Either way, he's not gonna be around for long. Am I right?
Maybe, but there's never been one like me, Gale.
Maybe, but there's never been one like me, Gale. Let's listen to it again. Let's just try to pick up on the nuance of it because it means something.
For the dipshit in the mask.
Maybe, but there's never been one like me, Gale.
Doesn't work out for the dipshit in the mask. Maybe, but there's never been one like me, Gale. I mean, yeah. To me, that can't be Stu, right? Unless, like you were saying earlier, he's saying like Billy was the one in the mask technically before, like that. At least the person on the phone can't be Stu. But again, I'm rooting for Stu to still be in charge, but has hired someone, or one member of the cult is someone with a lot of tactical ability. And that's what they mean by there's never been one like me. This time it's different. I'm going to fuck shit up with ninja stars. That's just my hopes and dreams. Look at this. Badass. Dude, that is power stance. That is a power stance right there. You walk into a meeting like that, disrespect your fucking surroundings. How badass is that? I just want to walk in anywhere and be like, I'm going to start doing that before sex or just at the bowling alley. You know, I don't know. But dude, that is God, that's cool. Holy X-Men fuck. That looks awesome.
I'm something.
Okay, here's where he says, I'm something totally different. Watch this motherfucker parkour hardcore over this couch. I'm telling you, this guy's got training. That's the difference. That's the thing. He's like, you're not fucking fighting a 5'7" high school girl. All right. You're not fighting this Macaulay Culkin's cousin. All right. You're fighting me, and I'm a fucking trained veteran or some shit. I'm John Wick. Yeah, the way he just hardcore's over there.
That's why I'm gonna shoot you in the head.
Okay, so here's where in the Red Band trailer, so much cooler. She's like, that's where I'm going to shoot, and that's why I'm going to shoot you in the fucking head. It's a badass line. Sure to be a classic Scream line. Absolutely. Hey, I wonder if he's dead. Movie's over. That's really cool, by the way. Now, again, this is a question. Is this part of the museum? Or I'm guessing this is part of the movie theater or shrine or whatever. And then that could be the lobby to a movie theater. I don't know. I don't know how all that's working. But is this part of the event that they were going for? Or did Ghostface actually paint this shit on the walls? It's like, you're going to clean all that shit up when we're done here. Did he do the graffiti? Did he do this? Was this place abandoned and has now been attacked by, I don't know, but it looks cool. I want a projector like that for sure. Okay, here's the shot. Here's the shot right here, the money shot. Sorry, it's kind of difficult to catch the one. So this is what I'm talking about, all right? Sam is looking at a ghost face. Now, unless that's what the projection is popping out, there's a ghost face in that top right corner. So she's facing a ghost face. Jenna Ortega's back to back with her, like Mark Wahlberg and Denzel Washington on the cover of Two Guns. And she's looking at something scared as well. I think there's two ghost faces, or what if there's like multiple ghost faces, the cult of Ghostface, circling them in this scene? How badass would that look? That would look really cool and freaky, especially with the robes flying around everywhere, like the fucking Sisterhood of the Traveling Pants, or the Yaya Sisterhood, or Divine Secrets. I don't know. But yeah, there's two, this could be one of the only spoilers of the trailer. I think there's two Ghostface happening right here. And then you're using the city, which is really cool. I fucking hate heights. So Ghostface trying to put a knife in your taint, having to crawl across the fire escape. Don't like that. Not one bit.
You want
Okay, let's listen to this and I'll go back and pause it.
me. So let's finish this.
That also could have been dumbed. So let's go.
Me. So let's finish this.
All right, multiple things to point across here, which is why I played it before I paused it. A, she looks fucking great right there. I don't know if that makes me a weirdo or what, but she looks amazing right there. Super badass, super action chick. That is clearly a projection going on behind her. I don't know what movie or what that's from. The Ghostface. Is this a Roman situation where we're playing videos of something that actually happened? Is this real actual footage from a Ghostface kill? Or is this something from Stab? Is this something, like that? News footage? I don't know. But whatever's playing from the projectors going on back there, she looks badass as hell. Very clearly pointing out, again, like I said earlier, I think Melissa Barrera is going to be the forefront of this movie. I think that they're going to give Sam the biggest chunk of this movie as the survivor, or if she ends up being Ghostface or what. But, and I think she says as much here. She's like, you want me. So that tells us one thing right there. The killer specifically wants Sam. At least we can tell, unless Sam has revealed herself to be Ghostface already at this point, and she's pointing the gun at someone else. She does look pretty fucking confident there. Oh my God, hiding in plain sight. I love it. Probably not. But either way, that's worth thinking about for sure. But she says, you want me. So if she is talking to Ghostface, that means the Ghostface motive is specifically tied to Sam. Again, kind of adds to the whole Stu thing, right? Of course he wants to kill Billy's daughter for revenge. Can't kill Billy. He's dead. So, I don't know. Stuff to think about.
Me. So let's finish this.
Something else to point out here. So you see the ladder there. Ghostface is obviously on the other side of where Mindy and everybody's crawling across the fire escape, or the ladder that they put out there. People fucking died in that room. All right. More people died in that house than the fucking Heaven's Gate trailer. Look at the goddamn blood all over the walls. just everywhere behind Ghostface on the knife. Someone ate it in that fucking room. No doubt about it. This is, you get a little shot of what it's going to look like. Ghostface chase scene, everybody. Fucking chase scene. We got it. You know what we didn't get in this? Other than the final shot that we saw already in the teaser trailer, we didn't get anything in the subway. They gave away no subway chase scenes or anything like that, which I'm pretty sure we're definitely going to get. But, yeah. So we got a chase scene here through the bowels of New York, some construction or something. I love this right here. This is very Freddy Krueger-ish. Watch Ghostface just slide the knife across the pipe. Very, very Freddy Krueger, and I love that. Blink and you miss it. See right there? Oh, and then here. What the hell? All right. This thing throws me for a loop. All right. So we've got a cliffhanger moment here, or Ace Ventura 2 moment here, depending on what you like better. Sam is holding Jenna Ortega up over this thing, right? Their hands are bloody. They're slipping. It's a fucking mess. It's a shit show, right? It's like 6 p.m. at an Applebee's. Things are hectic. Things are happening, you know, happy hours going on. Look at her face. Does that look like someone who's like, save me, sister? That looks like someone who one of two things. Either A, you're about to kill me and I fucking hate your guts. Which could be because Tara's a ghost face. Could be because Sam is a ghost face. That look is more of a Wednesday Addams look than it is a Tara look. That's a determined, either I'm about to sacrifice myself for you or you're killing me, you bitch. I fucking can't stand you. There's a look there. There's a goddamn look there. Let's look a little closer. See if I'm crazy. Look at that. All right. That's what your wife looks at you like when she realizes what you spent on video games. That is not a happy person at all. But it could be just because she knows she's about to die and she's upset and she's feeling emotional. It doesn't mean anything for sure. I'm just saying we should point out how fucking scary she looks right there. I mean, look at it. That is not a way you ever want a woman to look at you. Trust me, I know. We got Spider-Man dude here. Just on the phone for a second. Don't know anything about his character or what's going on there. He kind of seems like he could be the nerdy movie guy that they go to for answers, maybe. Why would they do that if they have Mindy around? Because Mindy dies? Oh, shit. I don't know. But no, this he seems like the movie nerdy guy. I'm pretty sure over his right shoulder, we're looking at a Last Podcast on the left poster. Fucking dope. Also lends to the maybe Ghostface cult. Maybe he's Ghostface cult guy. Maybe this is a true crime internet sleuth here. One of the people who started the rumor that Melissa Barrera's character Sam is the one who helped kill everybody in the last movie because they all found out she was Billy Loomis's daughter. Many things. Many things could be happening here. For sure. But that guy just looks like a movie nerd. We can smell our own. And then one of my favorite things about this entire trailer is getting to see the gorgeous, stunning, and absolutely badass actress Samara Weaving. Finally, we get to see her. The fact that there's been almost no marketing about her, they're very vague when asked about her in the interviews and stuff like that, tells me that I think my guess is going to be that Samara Weaving is the opening kill. I think this is a scene where we find out that Ghostface is in New York because it starts off with her character and he chases her through the streets and kills her. And probably in front of a bunch of people like in Scream 2. Another parallel to Scream 2. We're in college. The opening scene is a right in plain sight type of thing, which is a big deal in New York. People not stopping when crimes are being committed, you know? My guess is she's on the fucking phone. So I hate it because I really thought Samara Weaving would be a badass main entry to the Scream franchise, like a really important character. I thought she could take over a Sydney type role for sure and lead this whole thing. She's that badass, and I love her so much. But it's another thing that makes me think this franchise is only going 7 movies. If you bring in a character who has close ties to Radio Silence, who they know is a huge actress and can really carry a franchise, and then you just kill her, it tells me that they didn't really have long enough to really bring an important enough character in there for her anyways. Or maybe they're just literally Drew Barrymoring us. And, I don't know. different times though. Horror's way bigger now than it was then. They brought in Drew Barrymore. She was a bigger star, I guess, at the time. And then like horror was still like kind of looked down on then. It was like, oh, Drew Barrymore's in a horror movie. Oh my God. And she's just in the opening of a horror movie. Now it doesn't have that same shock effect, I feel like. But I think Samara Weaving dies in the beginning, and I hate it. I hate it. I hate it. I hate it. I really do. Because I love her so much. Let me flash back, make sure I didn't miss anything here. Okay, so there is definitely Ghostface shows up and attacks people in the theater. As Alanis Morissette would say, in a theater. 900 people, my friends. Shit, we could just keep going up. We keep going. Fucking by midnight, we might be the new Mr. Beast. Just kidding. But yeah, so you got Dermot Mulroney there. I only know who that is because my kid watches them. And they scream a lot. Oh, there's Chad knocking the shit out of Ghostface. I would say that this is a spoiler because it proves that Chad's not Ghostface, but how many times have we seen innocent people fight with Ghostface, right? And then turn out to be Ghostface. So that doesn't mean shit. But look at the stab posters in the back. Stab 2 right here. You got Stab 3 right there. It's dope. I fucking love it. But he's got a fight going on there with Ghostface. And then, again, you could say, oh my God, this is spoilers because it proves Sam's going to die. That's a second level of a theater. We've all fallen off the second level of a theater before. I'm sure it's fine. That I believe is definitely Sam there. And who knows? Maybe somebody catches her at the bottom. But she, for better or worse, she's definitely getting fucked up in this scene. I don't think she's going to land on her feet after that. You know what I'm saying? And then we get the subway, which I'll go fast through this because we've seen it all.
Guys?
The only difference to me was, boom, Freddy fucking Krueger with the duct tape sweater. You ingenious son of a bitch. I love it. I like his makeup too. He's doing a damn good job with that. And once more, I've got all the people there. It goes dark. We know that they're going to be dealing with the PTSD from the last film. I think that this is a dream sequence, personally. And then that shot of him slashing is in the streets. Oh, God. You know what I just realized? I'm not going to say it because it's kind of, it would be, I'm not going to go back and look at it because it would be kind of spoilery. And that's not, all the streets look the fucking same. It looks like the same background that we just saw. And you know, that's not a spoiler because Ghostface is going to attack everybody. It doesn't mean she's going to die. It just means he's going to attack her. He had this fucking vibe going on top of Jenna Ortega in the opening of the last Scream. So it doesn't mean anybody's going to die. There is some blood on the tip of that knife. Ouch, ouch, you're on my hair. Just the tip. But that does look like the same background we just saw Samara Weaving standing in. Yeah, just that same brown building look. Her looking around. Right. And then. Yeah. But I mean, it's the city at night. A lot of that shit looks the same. Right. Clean Ghostface, by the way. Want to point that out. Also, this looks like it could be a promotional, 23 Skidoo. So, yeah. Oh, God, it's so sexy. Just look at it. Just look at it. Less than 2 months away, my friends. We're almost there. We're almost fucking there. That's the Scream trailer, man. I'm going to go back through to see what some of the stuff you guys said. Sorry, again, I can't see your comments while I'm looking at that, so I got to go back and forth. But look forward to it. I'm just scrolling up a little bit. Thong, the thong, thong, thong. I don't know why that song's in my head. Still laughing at Nudie Magazine Day. Nudie Magazine Day. Nudie Magazine Day. Oh my goodness. You guys are fucking awesome. I really appreciate all the comments and stuff in here. It's really nice of you guys. Thank you. Oh, read that one. Okay. So we are right fucking here. East Coast Canadian. I don't know what that means. Maybe it means that you were there when it was filming. This guy fucking knows, everybody. Ask him. Send him private messages for spoilers. Has it been confirmed if Billy will be making cameos in part 6 as well? I hope so. I doubt it, but I don't know. That's such a mainstay of her character. I just watched again Scream 5 last night, and when he's in the back seat, that scene was just cool, man. When he finally let loose a little bit, I know he looked a little bit weird or whatever, but when it's just his eyes in the rear view and he's like, get out there and cut some fucking throats. I was like, that's cool, man. That just reminds me of Angry Kitchen Billy. Speaking of which, why the fuck hasn't NECA made a Billy Loomis and Stu figure? I almost said doll. I'm very sorry. Why don't we have one of those? How badass would a NECA of him in the bloody shirt with his hair like hanging out, like, I didn't kill anybody, sheriff, you know, looking all emo and badass and shit, and like Stu with the sweater, and oh my god, I want that NECA. Give it to me. But no, I would say no because they had to go through so much to do that. But if we're dealing with Sam's story here, you got to imagine that it would make sense. She would still be having visions, right? That's a great point. It's a great fucking question, man. Ethan, by the way, just shout out to my little brother-in-law, Ethan, who is right now currently away at Marines boot camp. He is going to be a Marine, and he's going through the hard shit right now with the boot camp. So much respect to everybody in the armed forces and the Marines and Ethan. But my friend Ethan here says, now that trailer has come out, I'm expecting lots of spoilers being leaked between now and the release date. I don't need the movie ruined like the last. I didn't have the last movie ruined for me, except for that I started to read one of those fucking assholes online who basically put out the whole story. I won't get into it because I just get on a rager with these fucking people and these scoopers who are actually just goddamn spoilers. And people look up to them. They're like, he's always right. And it's like, he spoils fucking movies, you know? Just because he has one friend that works in the fucking industry with a fat mouth doesn't make them some special person. And to me, anybody who has to be anonymous, now I get it for like YouTubers and stuff like that, people who like want to play games, don't want to show their face because maybe they're a little bit shy or embarrassed or whatever. But these anonymous leaker accounts, like, bro, if you're doing something where you can't show your face or you can't be held accountable for the things you say or do, and you're spoiling movies to get clout and followers, like, I just don't respect it. It hurts the movies, it hurts the franchises, and whether you're telling people who want spoilers or not, they're going to get to the people who don't. So I just hate it. I hate it. I hate spoilers. I hate them so fucking much. I'm right there with you, man. I don't want to ruin for me either. Kyle Toker, Nudie Magazine. Ed Boy Movie says case costume Billy's. That's what I think, my friend. I think the one in the case is definitely Billy. That's my guess. Who knows though? But there was too many robes also, so I'm a little bit confused with that. My math's not matching up. Gary says if you start from the left, the suit behind the glass is Roman's. Oh, if you start from so if you went like Scream 1, 2, 3, like those characters. That's interesting. That's worth pointing out, Gary. Good point. I don't know if that officially means it is. We don't know if they went in that order or not, but it's pretty good. Pretty good. Tracy Plant said no way that's Dewey in regards to that thing. It's hard to imagine, but it's in both movies. This isn't the first time we've seen it. That picture of Dewey and Gale was also in Scream 5. I think it was even in the trailer for Scream 5. So maybe it's one of those hiding in plain sight clues, but I don't know. Let's see. Oh, someone says the same picture Dewey had on his phone. I mean, did they mention the son? I don't think that they did. Maybe there's a son that hasn't been mentioned in the show, but you would think that they would say something about it for sure. Someone said SEAL Team 6 Ghostface. Desi says her phone call felt very personal in the way of Gale's did. I think in any way it would too right now, right? Because Dewey's dead, even though she's banging whoever that dude was in her fucking apartment. Bullshit. I'm kidding. Andrew Keith, do I have any death predictions? Speaking of which, let me jump back to the poll I made for you guys really fucking fast and see what your all's poll was. Oh, wow. Okay. That makes sense. Damn, that's so funny, you guys. So in the poll, who of the returning cast members, of the new returning cast members, in your opinion, cannot be killed? Number one was Tara, which is the one person we saw in the most danger in that trailer. Fucking cliff hanging. Number two, Sam. Surprising, 32%. I mean, again, people say they don't like her character. I think it's just the squeakiest wheels are greasier than Pornhub butt cheeks. I don't know where I was going with that, but it's so funny to me. Chad and Mindy are actually tied. Brother and sister are tied for 12%. That is hilarious, man. That's awesome. Going to end the poll there with that because that's just a perfect number. Interesting. Really interesting for me. But Andrew, death predictions, I think there will be blood. I don't think Gale dies because Dewey just died. And it just seems so obvious to me. It seems too on the nose to kill Gale here. But I don't know. I mean, does she have a place in the 7th movie? I have this fucking piece of lip skin. I'm sorry, I know it's gross, but I cannot get it. Speaking of death, there's no way to me also that Gale, Chad, Mindy, Tara, and Sam survive this movie. There's no fucking way all 5 of them survive this movie. No way. So I think Mindy's going to die. Mindy's going to die, sacrificing herself to save Chad. And I'm going to say Mindy dies and either Sam or Tara dies. That's my guess. Either Sam or Tara dies, and one of them could be Ghostface. Shit. That's crazy. That's my prediction, though. Shit, that's wild to think about. Zay's podcast says if Wolverine or Deadpool show up in the movie, Ghostface has no chance. Yeah, I can't wait for that movie too, by the way. Holy shit balls, that's going to be awesome. Tracy says that is not Dewey and it looks Photoshopped. Somebody's flarking around. You know, I don't see Dewey in it at all, but so many people do, so I don't know. It's just strange. I think maybe what I'm thinking is that was like a real life picture maybe of David Arquette and her, like on the beach, and it just looks that way because David Arquette just doesn't look at all in that moment like the character of Dewey, but they just thought it was a sweet touch to maybe actually use that picture. I don't know. Possibility. But you're right. I can't see it. It's crazy. But it was also in 5. Luis Nunez says, where's Jay? I messaged Jay, let him know we were doing this. Did not hear back from him, but Jay's not big on the new Scream stuff. So I'm not that surprised. But I'm sure he will be in the next one, my good man. What is this? Let's see. Trying to. Desi also thinks the train is a dream sequence. I think it could be too. Vale, you're right. How many times has Sydney fallen off high places just because Sam goes flying off? And it's weird because you see Tara dangling from the side of the thing, which looks a lot more dangerous, and you actually see Sam flying off. So what if Tara helps Sam up and then Sam kicks Tara off? Or Sam helps Sarah up and then Tara kicks Sam. Fuck me in the ass with a spoon. See what I'm saying with yeah, I think so too, Jeremy. That's what we were saying. I think that it's my guess. Those are my predictions, and I'm not saying this is what's going to happen, but if I had to predict right now, I think that the opening kill is going to be Samara Weaving, and that's going to let us know we're in New York and we mean business. And I think that Mindy's going to die, and I think that either Sarah or Tara or Sam is going to die. Fuck me, that's going to be a problem. Me getting their names confused, isn't it? Jay Malibu said, "I heard Mike Tyson is the killer." Lisbon Hall. I'll fuck your family. That's why he uses the ghost voice changer. He wants to sound as dominating as he looks. Peter Meekin said, I do think Tara's one of the killers only because in Scream 5, how did she survive the opening? And even more with the look she gives to Sam. The only reason I don't think that that's a red herring is someone have to be really fucking really good with what they were doing. The way that, and nobody was looking. Oh shit, battery's about to die. Oh shit, going fast. Go for it. You can make it. I did it. I caught it in time. Fuck yeah, go me. What are we talking about? Yeah, like there was nobody looking, right? So if Tara was in on it, we watched her get attacked from Ghostface, right? They would have been like, all right, let's go right here. Don't forget to miss the organs. You know, it wouldn't have been like that fight and crazy thing like that. So I don't think if she's in on it, she wasn't in on it at that point. She was definitely being attacked by then, I think. But I see what you're saying, Peter. Plus her face, man. Her face hanging off that thing. I don't know. Arthur Vega says, hey, Mike, I'm looking forward to seeing Scream 6. You and Jay should do a skit with a Ghostface. We have, my friend. We've done a skit called Redneck Scream, which is one of my favorite skits we've ever done. So if you guys haven't seen that, check it out because it made me laugh my beans off. We've had Ghostface appear a couple times for sure. But yeah, man. So you guys like that fucking? That's called I'm good in a crisis. What you just saw me do right there. I'm good in a crisis. My wife says that we're all fucked if something happened. And I'm like, no, you don't understand. I will be your Brad Pitt in World War Z. I will be that man in 28 Weeks Later, who's the hero. Oh, fuck, that guy let his whole family get eaten by zombies, didn't he? Yeah, he did. Shit. The first one. Eddie Chase. And what I mean is I'll be running around an empty city with my wiener hanging out all over the place like Cillian Murphy. Eddie Chase says, love Gale, legacy character, but enough. LOL. She's got stabbed, shot in every movie. She needs to go. I do love these movies, by the way. Raise the stakes. I think Dewey raised the stakes a lot. I think that Gale, you know what I'd like to see? I'd like to see at the end of this movie, Ghostface gets away. And I like to see them being like, okay, we're going here or whatever, however you want to work that. And then Gale will be like, no, I'm done. And then to be like, what? And she's like, you know what? I realized Dewey gave his life trying to save mine and others. And I'm not going to put it in peril anymore. I'm walking away. This is my last, in honor of Dewey and what he was trying to do for me and others. I'm going to walk away. And that's the last time you ever see Gale in the franchise. I think that would be the best way to send Gale off into the sunset. You don't have to have the character die. It doesn't seem too obvious. She didn't go through all this for nothing. Same kind of thing with Sydney, Sydney doing that would make sense as well. Here's the thing that I don't understand about Sydney. Sydney not being in this movie makes no sense to me because the line she said in Scream 5. Now I know I know why she's not in this because everything that happened. But in 5, she says, they're like, well, why are you here? Just go home or whatever it was. And she's like, I have kids. So as long as he's out there, my kids aren't safe. Well, he's out there. Where the fuck you at? And that's why I think she comes back in 7 to finish things off. But I would love to see Gale do that. I think that's a good excuse for Gale to live. But also, like you said, she's been through it so many times. How many times? At this point, she's just a professional Ghostface killer if she hangs out for 2 or 3 more movies, So I see what you're saying. For sure. I feel you on that. I feel that way about all of them. As sad as I am not to see Sydney, I don't think this is one of those. I don't agree with the people who's like, no Sydney, no Scream. I think that's insanity. If you make a Scream without Wes Craven, you can make a Scream without anybody. And they did. And they will. So, man, I think that's it, you guys. I think we did the damn thing. That was fun. I had a really good time. My camera's so dark right now. Hang on a second. I'm not going to say goodbye in this darkness. It's a little better. It's better. That's nice. And one more prediction that we talked about. I think we learned these things together. We went through this process together and we learned a little bit. Samara Weaving, I think, is the opening kill. I think Mindy dies. I think either Sam or Tara dies. One of the two. And I think that there is a cult of Ghostface. And I think Ghostface, in this one, at least one of the Ghostfaces, is a trained killer with actual ability, armed combat, whatever it is. It's a trained fucking killer. And that's what he means by I'm different. They actually sent a badass motherfucker in there, not a high school teenager. That's my guess. I don't know. I think it's cool. I think it's a cool little twist. I think it could be neat. Flash Flanagan. Mash Flanagan Mannequin says, if Stu is the killer, we need a Rocky training montage of his recovery. That sounds like a skit for the Merkins, does it not? They should do that. That would be funny as shit. Hell, shit, they got ways. They could probably get Matthew Lillard to fucking do it. Don't do that. Don't do that until he's actually come back as Stu. We don't want to sully it. Don't want people thinking of that while Matthew Lillard makes his return in Scream 7. JT, you're right. Maybe Gale dying brings back Sid in the finale, but that's just so much the exact thing they did with Dewey, right? So then you're just doing the exact same thing in that way, I guess. So yeah, I mean, I don't know. It's crazy. Oh, sorry. I already clicked that. No, Troy, you're a fucking riot. Troy's a fucking sweetheart. Love that guy. And I love all you guys. And this has been so fucking fun, man. I've had a great time. I've had an amazing time. This is middle of the afternoon. We reached 900 people almost at one point. I think we crossed 900 at one point, which is really fucking cool. But it would have been fun if there was just, 12 of you here as well. So that was really fun. It was fun to get all that off our chest. I do feel exercised now. like I said, when something cool that you love so much comes out with something like that, you feel the need to just get as inside of it as you can. And you don't feel okay until you've scratched every nook and cranny of that motherfucker. And I feel like we got to do that together and have a great time doing so. And I had a goddamn blast. And yeah, you're right, Delana. Smash that thumb. Smash that thumb. Oh, that's what you didn't mean sit on your own thumb. You meant click the like button. Yes, please. That helps the video a lot. I really appreciate it. And I fucking love you guys, man. I love you. This has been fun as shit. Scream is coming in less than 2 months, and we'll be here talking about all of it and partying like we did today. I love you guys. I hope you guys have an amazing Thursday. You guys have made mine a whole lot better, and you guys fucking rule. We'll see you guys soon. Good night. It takes a man to do something like that.